Hello, this is Haku, and today we're going to level 29 of the Backrooms. If you like this video, please like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get right into this. They did this a lot like the newer SCP things. Level 29. Survival difficulty is class 4. Environmental oil hazards is a 3 out of 5 with the hazardous ocean. Exit is a 4 out of 5 with it being very difficult to exit. And the NDs are 5 out of 5, undocumented, and NDs and a Kraken presence. Level 29 is the 30th level of the Backrooms. It is our home and our heaven, and the island of residing within it may never be disturbed. Description: hidden on the vast oceans of outer level 29, our future stands within it. A new civilization embraces a new future. The island itself is limited by rough cliffs and sharp, steep slopes of rock and metal, which act as a natural barrier against outside dangers. On the inside, tall and robust as arrays of mountains protect those living within the island, and also acts as a fresh source of almond water, which flows off the mountainside and forms long, wide rivers. For the oceans which surround our nation, we call them the outer areas of level 29. For the areas of our island that are protected by our mountains, we call them the outer circle of level 29. Finally, for the areas of our islands that are protected by our mountain, that are not protected by our mountains, we call them the outer circle of level 29. For the areas of our island that are protected by our mountains, we call them the inner circle of level 29. Between the mountains, small settlements surrounded by large farms dominate the landscape and form a beautiful array of crop fields. Small huts located between them produce a stable income of food for the small town. Housing the majority of the population of our island, these small towns, of which buildings are mainly made out of wood, provide not only a shelter for our people, but also provide us with a foundation and a ground layer for future development of this civilization. In the outer circle of level 29, small huts and watchtowers can commonly be seen at elevated places like hills and cliffs, and provide us with yet another layer of protection against any outside dangers. The areas outside of the island are deemed too dangerous for anyone to traverse or through, and commonly sightings of strange and enormous entities are reported. Given such, our island's protection is and has always been our number one priority, protection of which ensures that our people may live in peace and prosperity, safe from any threats and safe from any corrupt minds. Here we have the shores of level 29, which define the limits between our lands and beyond. Anything ahead of the boundaries of our islands is deemed a dead zone, for it is both unsafe, risky, and lethal to venture through. Together with the aforementioned sightings of strange, gigantic entities, so does the ocean itself act as a barrier and a threat, due to its anomalous properties, which can at worst destroy entire vessels and break apart even the strongest boats made by our people. Unfortunately, the only way to exit the level is by traversing through the vast ocean, which was proven by waters in the past before the waters became a danger to us all. Presumably hundreds of years ago, the ocean did not contain any anomalous properties, nor did it contain any dangerous entities, based on written documents by waters who once lived in level 29. Given that the entire population of the level is stuck forever in here, many have devoted their lives to creating a steady, firm, and strong foundation for a new, glorious, powerful, and thriving civilization in the Backrooms. Using special wood from trees which can only be found in level 29, our buildings are not only fireproof but also extremely sturdy and resilient and resistant. For this special wood, it is stronger than most construction materials used by humans. Based on a lonely and isolated ideology, most of the population has developed their tactics and concepts to overcome the most common struggles in nowadays society. Some give up on the idea of government at all and act under a friendly and well-maintained governmentless society. Others have adopted main concepts of famous ideologies, shaping them to their own needs and requirements and creating a thriving new form of government. It should be noted that none of these awkward and strange rules have been put in place is devoid of any conflicts, and it should also be noted that conflicts are common. We humans are not perfect, regardless of how much we try to perfect our lifestyle. Hyperia, located in the heart of our island, protected by yet another natural barrier in the form of a dense forest, is our main settlement, Hyperia. Many settlements present in level 29, surrounded by large forests and tall mountains. Acting as the main hub between our different settlements and ideologies, it should be treated as a gathering station and not a capital. For each different society has its own capital city. Filled to its very limits with resources and important infrastructure, this modestly sized city is nothing short of a gigantic industrial complex where all trading and exchanges pass through. Given that the hub is also located in the very middle of the island, perfectly fitting between all the other major settlements and societies, and allowing for quick and easy trade routes between them. Most societies have agreed to use the hub as their main outpost for other reasons than initially thought and planned. As mentioned, even though the hub was initially created with the idea of uniting all the trade and commerce is on the island, some of the infrastructure present in the settlement comes in the form of giant office-like buildings which act as a diplomatic station and headquarters for many of our societies. However, not all societies accept Hyperia as the main hub of the island and instead prefer to use their infrastructure and towns for the same purposes. Devoid of any restrictions, any society is free to decide what to do with their goods, and no other should get in their way. I need a drink. Currently, there are around 25,000 inhabitants of level 29, divided into approximately 250 different societies and nations. What the hell are you doing? Well, I think my tracking just kind of bugged out there. I'm sorry about that. Of these 25,000 inhabitants, at least 17,000 are non-human. As for the island itself, it has the approximate size of, I think that is 2,166,000 kilometers, or 836,297 in miles. Wow, that is hard to read in this font, especially when you don't put any commas in your damn numbers. Or decimals, if they're supposed to be decimals. And is for the most part habitable, save for the mountainous regions and the coastline, which are not suitable for human presence and contain, for the most part, dangerous terrains and lethal temperatures. Most nations or societies do not have a formal name and are referred to as wanderer nations. With this, it's hard to determine the exact population and wealth of every nation, for there is no defined record-keeping law, and most nations tend to keep any records to themselves. Many of these settlements are located in secured areas protected by nature, but some settlements also take advantage of the altitude of the mountains and create settlements there. These mountains make up most of the landmass of the island for around 56% of it. with the rest being forests, plains, hills, and small caves. Resources are extremely abundant in these caves, specifically iron and copper, which appear in giant ore veins. Furthermore, the island is home to a unique type of tree, red in color, usually thick and tall with white leaves. Its wood is even stronger than aluminum. Water seen entry through the vast mountain ranges of level 29, which make up most of the land mass of the island itself. That's an interesting picture. Sea resources are not explored due to the dangers present in the ocean, but it is believed that there is a great abundance of fish and other waterborne fauna and flora. Animals common to the front rooms are also common to level 29, however, with slight changes, which come to the form of different physical appearances and benign genetic modifications. Presumably from the different and unique aspects these animals have, as no proper scientific test has been made yet. These include the land and sea living beings, which come in great abundance in level 29, and 8 are thriving and growing population. Together with the vast and complex amount of fauna present in the level, so is the level's flora a miracle of nature. Unique flowers and the trees make up most of this vivid and colorful flora, which dominates some of the inner landscape of the island and paints some of the hill terrains in colorful shades of numerous colors, sometimes creating rainbows. Color shades of numerous colors is such a redundant phrase. The trees of the level are, on their own, a miracle of nature as well, for their absurd yet critical properties that allow them to be even stranger and sturdier than most metals used by humans. Although easily cut using typical axe, when processed through a specific chemical process, this wood can become one of the strongest materials known to humankind. The Kraken. Oh, I'm gonna hate reading about this, but we're gonna have to continue anyway, regardless of my thalassophobia. Hidden in the depths of level 29, waiting to be woken up, lies the Kraken, a giant octopus-like entity the size of the island, with tentacles that stretch on for large distances. Seen during deep-sea exploration and conducted by various societies, this entity is not only dangerous to the population and ecosystem of this level, but also poses a threat to the rest of the backrooms, for it could theoretically no-clip out of the level while the same way wanderers could. Asleep in the depths of the ocean and far from our island, the Kraken induces a magnetic field around it that pulls anything close to it, creating something in close resemblance to a whirlpool where nothing can escape from it. Any boats passing by will never return, for the force of the whirlpool is stronger than anything wanderers have seen before. This, together with the vast dangers of the ocean itself and the entities residing within it, is a significant hazard to those venturing into the deep sea. Entities. Aside from the deadly and harmful entities present in the ocean of the level, there are no harmful entities on the island itself. Friendly entities are uncommon on the island and consist of humanoid creatures that closely resemble wanderers. Due to a lack of equipment and fear of losing personnel, no further exploration of the seas has been made, and all results will show only a fraction of what is believed to be a unique ecosystem of entities never seen before. I mean, the oceans in reality have also not been and very well explored. Aside from the Kraken, no other entity has been thoroughly documented, but there are an estimated 200 entities unique to level 29 that all reside in the ocean of the level. Bases, communities, and outposts. Hundreds of nations/societies exist within Level 29. Even though they are not diplomatically unified as one, the entire population of the island can be grouped into a community. Population of Level 29, around 25,000 inhabitants. Deep variety of simple and complex governments and societies, vast collection of different nations, ideologies, and groups. Mostly friendly to new wanderers, comprised mostly of unaligned wanderers with no relation and to major groups. Entrances and exits. To enter level 29, one must travel far beyond level 7's ocean. When the sky turns into pale pink in color and the water is bathed by the everlasting sun, you have reached level 29. Not long after, you will find yourself in one of the dockyards built around the area where wanderers first arrive when they enter the level. And most likely, you will be greeted by representatives of different societies/nations. Exits. The only exit known in level 29 is available through traveling far beyond the limits of the level itself, which can be done by sailing for multiple days away from the island, as reported. However, due to the current properties of the water, its exit is almost impossible to achieve, and all the attempts result in the death of the wanderers. Even so, one will theoretically end up in level 1 and 14 or 284. Based on early documents made by wanderers where the oceans were not when the oceans were not at risk. That was level 29 of the Backrooms. If you like this video, please like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, so until then, goodbye!